Okay, my name's Terry Sanford. I'm doing a review of this BikeService BS3550 cam chain breaker and riveting tool. Okay, so I had this GS500. I needed to remove this cam chain. I didn't want to have to take the whole engine apart to replace the cam chain. So I bought this tool to do this, and this tool comes with the receiver and this thing here. It's got, I believe, I'm not sure exactly what this is for. I think that was as a like a measuring tool for this thing. That measuring thing didn't work for me. And it comes with 4 tips for pushing the pin in and out. It comes with a handle and another little piece. I bought this for like 48 bucks from Cranky's Parts on eBay. They took care of me. They were cool. They got it to me fast, and it's a pretty nice tool. I will tell you that I had to modify it for this cam chain, and the reason why was because the pin on this particular cam chain on these Suzuki's is larger in diameter than, let's see, where is it? Than this. Okay, so I had to drill that out to 1/8 of an inch and then wallered it out a little bit. I did that on my drill press. I didn't use this device. It didn't work for me. So I just took that off, and then I also had to drill out this piece right here to the 1/8 inch. Okay, it's a little over an 1/8 inch. Okay, and then it worked for me. Okay, the other issue I had is when you push this pin out, and then when you reinstall it, it tweaks the little part of the link here and pushes it and makes it stiff. And so I figured out a way to deal with that. I figured out the distance, the width of this, okay, which on this is a 0.20 millimeter, and then I took a feeler gauge and cut a groove in it to where it would fit right between the pin, just like that. Check this out. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, it fits between the pin. Okay, so we're going to push against this. That keeps the length from getting tweaked, and then we're going to use it to push the pin in, and then it's going to make the perfect reinstall. So let's do this real quick. Okay, so this cam chain, somebody tried to break it with a chisel or something. I don't know what their deal was, but I had to replace it. Let's see. Let's do it from this side here. Okay, so we're going to break this pin. So I only used 2 of these pins to push it in and push it out. Okay, I used the long one to remove the pin and the short one to install it. So you're going to take this device here and this pin, and you're going to screw that in, and then you go over to your tool, and it's got a little tool built onto it to where you can tighten that up. So that's good to go. Mount that into this like that. Okay, and then I removed that part of it, and so I have this, so I have to reinstall that into here. Okay, so that's what you got. We'll tighten it up a little bit. Okay, and you're going to install that onto this big receiver, and this handle will go on here like that. Okay, so now let's break this chain. So I'm going to take this chain, and this is what isn't in the instructions, but this works for me. Okay, I'm going to take this little tool that I made, and I'm going to slide that into this chain. Let's see, let's do it right here. It's not the exact size, but it's close. Alright, we'll do this one here because it seems to fit good. Oops, it keeps falling out. Alright, so we're going to install the tool onto that. Well, we'll put the little feeler gauge on afterwards, because that's going to be the trick. Okay, so this has to go, let's do it from the side. This is going to go all the way in, like that. Okay, and then, let's see, let's break it here. So then you tighten this side down to where you're on top of it. Just going to do it just really light. And then this is where I'm going to install this deal, this feeler gauge. And this just seems tight, but I'm not able to get that in. I didn't put very much pressure on it. Let's do a different pin. That might have been one I pushed earlier or something. But let's do this one just for fun. Okay. There we go. See, that fits in there now. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so now we're going to push that pin. Okay, we're going to put this in here. Put my little feeler gauge in there. That's basically just to take up that slack. That way it doesn't tweak the the chain. Alright, so now we're pushing the pin. Okay, so it's pushing against the feeler gauge, that way it doesn't tweak that. Now, the deal is, if you tighten this all the way down to the nut here, what's going to happen is push the pin out. So you don't want to push the pin out. If you push the pin out, you're never going to get it back in. So the way I figured it out, I did trial and error, and I just measured this gap between here and here and did it a couple of times until I got it right. So we're just going to guess at it and get it close. So I don't know if you can see that gap, but anyway, we're going to take that apart and see if that removed our chain. It's got to release from the other part of the link. Okay, so unscrew this, unscrew this. All right, and if we're lucky, it will have released the chain. Okay, here we go. We'll remove that. Let's see if it released it. Oh, so it released it. Awesome. That was perfect. Okay, so now we're going to reinstall that. So by using this, it prevented this from getting tweaked. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we've got to change this little bit. It's in here. So that's the one we used to remove. Okay, so now we're going to use the small one, and it's like perfect to install this. That worked for me. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to reinstall that into here. Alright, so let's install this chain. So what you're going to do is you want this to pop in. Okay. see that? So this is going to screw down. And that's wrong because actually this goes into here. See there? I should have read those directions, huh? Those directions suck. I can tell you that. So anyway, this has to go in like that. There we go. That's how you do it. This is going to screw down all the way. That nut goes all the way down. This is going to screw down here. But remember, I have to install my feeler gauge. Okay, so my feeler gauge is going to go back in there. Okay, so now I've got my feeler gauge. I'll push this out. Hold on. Okay. Okay, here we go. One more time. Okay, so this goes in. And gotta get this in there. I think that's good. So I'll screw this all the way down. Y'all following me here, right? See, now I'm out of work. I'm gonna turn this down, turn this in all the way. Feels like it's going. I'm out of work because of the COVID-19 thing. I'm a sound engineer, but I've used to work on motorcycles, and I build a lot of motorcycles as projects. And I'm building this GS500, and that's why I needed to deal with this cam chain. So you're going to screw this all the way down, and now watch what happens. You're going to screw this down, so it's screwed all the way down now. Okay, go ahead and release it. Release this. All right, take that out. Perfect. It's not bound at all. It's a perfect cam chain reinstallation. So that being said, this BikeService BS3550, I like this tool. I did have to modify it, but it works for me. It didn't break right off the bat like a lot of tools that I buy. It's built pretty tough, and I hope this demonstration helped you out. Have a great day.